got knocked out by Mike Tyson and ever got back up. It was almost a 10 count. He was stumbling. They were 4, 3, 2, 1, and ding, 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 saved by the bell. And he goes to his corner. The whole world is like, yep, that's it. Once he comes back out, that's it. Mike's gonna just hammer him. And exactly that. Mike Tyson came out like, I got him. I got this kid up against the rope. Listen to me, many of you right now, life's got you up against the rope. You can't give up. You can't give in. Listen to me, if it was easy, everybody would do it. And if life's got you backed up, I need you to do what Buster Douglas did. Buster Douglas started fighting back. And the world was shocked. Goliath has been knocked down. What happened? And they went to Buster Douglas and they asked Buster Douglas simply like, what happened? And Buster Douglas said, listen to me, it's real simple. Before my mother died, she told the whole world that I was going to beat Mike Tyson. And 2 days before the fight, my mother died. Buster Douglas had a decision to make. When his mother died, he could die with his mother, or he made a decision, I can wake up and I can live for mom. And he knocked Mike Tyson out simply because his why was greater than that punch. His why was greater than defeat. His why was greater than his trial and his tribulation. And I'm telling you, if you don't know what your why is and your why isn't strong, you're going to get knocked out every single day.
All right, y'all, let's start. You might have to catch the recording. So the 30 made a new high for the monthly, which is going to act as our monthly and weekly high. And that high is 42,930. It looked like the 30 made an entry pattern on a monthly chart, like it's going to continue up. I guess that fight that Elon and Trump is having is causing the markets to go up. That's what it's looking like. No, this is not candy. These are my herbs, baby. No. I can't give it to you. And we got the mid-month at 42,309. So that's what the monthly should look like. So the weekly low would be 42,138.9. And the weekly high. And the weekly high is 42,827. So the weekly high and the monthly high is not the same. That high got made last week. So the 42,827.2 is the weekly high for 30. So the high is 42,827.2, and the low is 42,138.9. Giving us a midweek resistance of 42.43. dot one. And we got the 30 pulling above the midweek and the mid-month. So it's looking like we're gonna be looking for buys this week for the 30. Especially if it's pulling out of this order block right here, out of that 4-hour order block. I'm gonna come back to that. So we got the new weeks. The weekly high for the NAS is 21,795.11. And the week low is 21,229.11. Hey, Jazz.
Greetings all.
So we got the high 21,795, 11, and the low at 21,229 is at 11. And we got the midweek resistance as 21,512.11. And we have an order block here that Nas is coming to, came out of right here. I know, baby. This right here, this candle here is the order block. And it's also right at the midweek area. So this is the order block right here. And this is also at the midweek. So I would look for it to pull back into there for a buy. But you got it above the mid-month, above the midweek, and it's pulling back now. So I would look to take a buy, like right around here, an entry. But we looking like we got some good setups for this week, though. We got gold pulling back heavy. This is where we looking to take that buy at, right down here. For gold. Look at gold weekly candle. Ooh. We got the weekly low for gold at I get up. We got the weekly low at 30, 32.21, 33.21, that 30. And we got the low at 32.98.19. The high 33.21.30. The low 32.98.49. The midweek for gold is 33.09.90. So gold is looking like it's gonna come into this order block here. The way it's selling. We got another 4-hour candle getting ready to come out in like a few minutes. And it's already below. If it doesn't break this area, I will look for a buy. If it don't break this mid-month. One second. So I will look. We probably gonna get another sell candle. Just looking at where it's at right here. that's gonna come into here. But if it don't break this area, like if we only get it to wick pass, this would be what I would be looking for a rejection right here. Like if it make a new low and come down to the mid-month area, if it don't break this, I would definitely be looking for a buy because this is a strong order block here, based off of the buy volume that came from this area on multiple occasions. This is an area for buy, like looking across here. This is the order block that it bought from right here. You see, like the order blocks are all within each other at this area. Excuse me, I had to be mommy for a second. Right here is another area of buy. As you see, this is where it's been buying from. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's bought from this area. So if it doesn't break from right here on this mid-month, if it doesn't break from this mid-month area, we can anticipate a nice buy on gold. So I would say tomorrow morning, London moving into New York, be looking for a rejection for gold from right around here. I will set my stop underneath this order block. You can target the high of the week. But it's likely gonna make a new low here. But if it doesn't break, that's what we're looking for gold. And Bitcoin, like I was telling y'all on Thursday, this is the candle that broke the trend right here on Bitcoin. It rejected the mid-month and continued up. But we needed a candle for it to break trend. And that was the candle right here. That 8 o'clock candle is the candle that broke the trend. And we can see here, even on a weekly, we got it breaking structure. So the weekly low for Bitcoin is 105,029 and 23 cents. And the weekly high is 106,035 and 51 cents. So we got the high of 106.35.51 and the low at 105,029 and 23 cents. And we got the midweek resistance at 105, 105,523 and 37 cents. But when we look up here on the 4-hour, this is an order block where it's pulling back from. On Bitcoin. But it's at a midweek area right here. It's at a midweek area right here. So it doesn't break this midweek area, then that would be a buy. But it looked like it's gonna break. It might come down and retest the low. I will wait more towards the New York session to see what Bitcoin, to see if it retests that low, because that is an order block basically right here. This is an order block here. That's why I can retest this low and buy back up. So this is why I'm saying to wait towards New York session before entering this. Because if it retests the low and don't break it, that would be a buy right here, from right here. And right now it's kind of hovering across the midweek. I want to see if it's gonna break it. GJ sitting right inside of an order block. Daily, weekly. Look at that. We got the weekly low at, it look like that's a new monthly high. Hold on. Yeah. The new month high for GJ is 196.191. The low is 196.191 is the high. The low is 192.208. $194.200 is the new mid-month resistance for GJ. And so we got the weekly low at 194, 194.071. And the week high is right under the month, right under the month. And that is 196.155. So we got the high 196.155 and the low 194.0.071. Giving a mid-week resistance for DJ at 195, 113. Right now we got a rejecting a high. It's coming out of a daily and 4-hour order block. But that engulfing on a daily, this might continue up before it breaks. Right. This is a consolidation here. This area here. It looked like it's trying to break though in the high. That's rejecting the high. Looks like GJ is rejecting the high. I'm looking for GJ to sell off. Just where is that? And then sold off from this area a couple times. Before that. We looking for GJ to start selling. But we looking for our indication for sell. Look more towards New York session for your indication for sell for GJ. Because it's rejecting the high right now. Got it inside of a daily and 4-hour order block here. Uh, this is a daily order block right here. 4-hour order block here. This is an area where it sold from. 1, 2. It sold from this area twice. So I'm anticipating a sell for GJ from here. This would be a TP1 here. And here will be a TP2 for GJ. TP1 right around mid-month, midweek, and TP2. Because I'm anticipating this to be a nice sell for GJ. Gold, we're anticipating for gold to reject this mid-month area where it bought from 1, 2, 3 times it's rejected this area along the mid-month area. Okay. And it's just made a new low. But more towards I would take this buy more towards out of in London. Definitely wait for the indication in London session for gold for the buy. For 30, we got 30 still trending up. I would look for the US30 to come down. Like it's doing. We got an order block right here at the midweek. So we looking for the 30 to come down to take the buy. So in New York session, during New York, I should be looking for the buy indication for US30. We got some good setup for Monday. So it should definitely be looking for buy indication like right around here, but to finish pulling back. But sometimes the 30 don't always pull it back this far. This is what I'm saying. They don't always come back down that far. But definitely be looking for the buy indication during New York session.
my tablet. They lost my tablet.
For Nas. Also coming down, we have a order block right there on the midweek right here. Definitely be looking for Nas to come down. To take the buy out of there. But to reject out of this order block. And off the midweek resistance area, which is in the order block. That's a beautiful area for a buy for Nas. So during New York, you should be looking for a buy in Nas, a buy for 30, a buy for the US30 here. You're looking for gold to reject the mid-month area and buy up. Bitcoin look like it's rejecting the midweek right now. There it is. It is rejecting the midweek. So it didn't break the midweek area. I'm looking for Bitcoin to buy back up. Just off of this candle that we have here on a weekly. I'm looking for Bitcoin to go back up this week. From this candle right here on this that we have on this weekly. This is like a break. This is a break of structure here. How it bounced off this mid-month and did not come down. And then we have an open here on a weekly of it breaking the structure of sell right here. It broke the sell trend on a higher time frame. So we're definitely looking for Bitcoin to continue back up. So y'all should be looking for an entry for Bitcoin for a buy. And it's rejecting the midweek. So more towards New York session, when we got the volume in the market, be looking for a buy for Bitcoin too. GJ is rejecting the high, so I'm definitely looking for it to start selling soon. It look like it's already selling, but looking for GJ to continue selling because it's inside of a daily 4-hour order block, 4-hour sell order block here. And this is an area where it's sold from a lot. There's a lot of sell volume up here in this area where we at. So I'm anticipating for GJ to start selling. But we got a daily engulf, and that's the only. This candle right here is like throwing me off. It is because we have the area where it's at. It's in a sell area. It's in an area for where you're anticipating sell volume, but this daily candle right here is saying otherwise. Like it's contradicting the area where it's at. It's contradicted to the area where it's at. Like here we have a it's showing that the buy trend is continuing right here on a daily time frame. but it's rejecting the high outside of an order block. So GJ, I'm not like this is kind of like confusing right here on GJ. Just based off of that daily candle, it's kind of throwing me off. I'm anticipating for it to start selling, but this right here is throwing me off because this is saying that the daily is saying something else, that the buy trend is continuing. That's what the daily is saying, that we're in a buy trend because we got this right here, but we also, like, hold on, let me show you. It has not broke the daily trend of buy, but we have it inside. It hasn't broke this trend, this buy trend. We need a candle to break the trend of buy. And on this higher time frame, the higher time frame rules. And on a daily time frame, it's showing us that we're still in a buy, we're still trending up. But it's inside an area where sell volume is anticipated. So I wouldn't take GJ just yet. GJ, I would just hold off based off of this candle right here. We might see the move happen later on in the week, but GJ, I might hold off on GJ. Just I don't like to move in uncertainty. And it hasn't broke trend. It's in an area where I'm anticipating sell, but it's the trend is telling me that it's still buying. So I don't like to move in uncertainty. I wouldn't even take GJ right this second. But we have some other good setups on gold. And we have some good setups happening on 30. And some good setups happening on NAS. So we're looking for the trend to continue. The trend looks like it's continuing on the 30. Looking at the trend for the last 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take your entry when it pulled down to trend. So right around here, we'll probably be looking for an entry there. That's where it's from the trend. So this is where we looking for our entry at for 30. And stuff the daily trend. Accordance with that. We're looking for Nas to wick around here for the trend. In accordance with the trend, we're looking for Nas to enter right around here in this area for buy. And you can take it to the high. Because it still ain't break this high. This is the area we want Nas to break, right up here. This area right here, that it still ain't break. It hasn't came back. It hasn't come into this order block. I think the trend for Nas is going to continue up into here, but we needed to break this high, this monthly high. So get in Nas, you can hold it until the monthly high. But right around here is where we looking for entry pattern for Nas. So we got some good setups, y'all, this week. How many of y'all started reading that book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself? Reading, listening to, audio. Any of y'all started reading that?
Not yet. That's the next thing up for me.
You talking about the audio book that you posted?
Yeah.
Man, I was going through it 2 weeks ago, man. I woke up and went to sleep with that thing on.
That thing is very helpful, very revealing, very helpful, especially when you're trading.
I'm gonna get into it. I forgot all about it.
Yeah, nah, y'all want to get into
Yeah.
that book. It's definitely gonna help you as far as like, because what it's telling you, basically, like that stuff is showing up in your trading, like subconsciously, like your previous traumas of self is revealing itself on the chart, like literally. Like, so when you go to trade, you might have been bullied as a child, and your fear of that is showing up. Your fear is showing up on the chart. You might deal with anxiety, and that's showing up on the chart based off of some past trauma. Like you might be grown at age, but you're emotionally like 10. You understand what I'm saying? And it's showing up on the chart. So it helps you to break those emotions of your past. That's where you're stuck at emotionally. So emotionally, you might be 21, 25, but emotionally, you're stuck at 8 or 10 or 14, like
Yeah,
based, based off of like past traumas. It shows up when you go to click the button and you can't do it. You understand? So that's why that book was like so pivotal for y'all. Like, in order for you to get the most out of trading, you got to be all right mentally. Trading is going to expose you one way or the other. I want y'all to get the most out of it. Y'all got a strategy that could take y'all up the hill. You understand? But y'all got to mentally be right in order to execute it. You understand? So that's why I put the book in there.
Get it.
I can read it physically. The audio book is there to help you. I first listened to the audio book first before I got the physical copy. The listening to the audio is what made me want to get the physical copy. But if you can absorb the information by listening to the audio, it's something that you want to listen to. Definitely. It's still in there. I'll pin it inside of there so that y'all can listen to it. Just to start.
All right.
But this week we got some good setups, especially with gold. If gold bounce off that midweek, that's a nice money play right there. Off that mid-month, if it bounce off that mid-month, that's a good money play for gold. So we got some good setups happening. We should all be seeing money this week. All greens this week. Let's make this a green week and let's get this money. This call going up very shortly, y'all. Let's get this bread, y'all.
Yeah.